We're here with Cobber men's golf coach Duane Siverson as he gets ready for the 2012 campaign. Kind of going into it, you lost Pat Dietz from a year ago, but you have a couple of really good returners in Coy Papachek, who was named the Freshman Region Player of the Year and also was on the All-Region team. And then some might forget Andrew Whitchurch, who a couple of years ago was the MIAC Champion, the individual medalist. Talk first about what those players bring to you guys' team in 2012.
Well, we've got, a little bit of leadership with, obviously, Andrew's been, in the starting five for the first 3 years that he's been here, and, the emergence of Coy last year probably surprised everybody, I think, in the league and, obviously in our region in receiving that award. And those two guys, I think, are the strength of our golf team. And Jordy, really played well. My son at the end of the year, and I think we've got good experience, and we've also had Barrett Freeland, who kind of came on strong last year. Dylan Farrell was unable to play in the spring, but had a real strong fall season for us, and probably, by the spring season, he would have helped us. I mean, I think he would have been in our top five, but he was unable to play, and so that was unfortunate. He's healthy and he's back and playing now. And then with the additions of Landon Poss, who was one of the best players in North Dakota last year, All-State player, has won several tournaments, high school tournaments, been really strong this summer in his tournament play. Jordan Larson from Dilworth has been a real good area player that surprised all of our kids, I think, the last few days in practice, and in his ability to play as well as he's played. I mean, he hits the ball a long ways. It's kind of an unknown player, I think, to most of our guys. But I knew he was a good high school player. He's been in the state tournament a couple of times. And then we've got Max Smith, who's kind of a combination golfer, hockey player. From Eastview, played with Sam Christian in high school, and they had a great team. They took second in the state of Minnesota, and I think he is probably going to make, going to surprise everybody. And Sam Christian, it really had a great summer, and so right now I feel like we've got 9 kids that are going to be fighting for that top 5 positions. Barrett Freeland, Dylan Farrell, Sam Christian, Max Smith, Jordan Larson, and maybe Tanner Knutson from Karlstad. He's been in the state tournament now the last 3 years too, as a freshman. And so I think we got a good nucleus to build around, and we've got a lot of talented young players. And one of the things I think, with Pat Dietz and Tyler Champ, we had some consistency there. Pat was probably the most consistent player, I felt, in our league. I mean, he was never going to shoot over 77, and he could shoot probably as low as 68, which he had in a few tournaments. And so we're going to lose that component, but with our younger kids, with how strong they are and how far they hit it, they're going to have some rounds that are going to be below par. Jordy's going to be below par. Coy's going to be below par. So I think you're going to see some really low scores, and you're going to see some little bit higher than what we've been used to the last 2 years, simply because of the talent that we have. And it's just we've got to harness it a little bit. They've got to get more consistent and not, what I would say, go for everything. And not go for broke, but they're just really aggressive. I mean, the players playing golf now are different in that they're trying to make birdies, and they're not just trying to make 17 or 18 pars. So, and that's a little bit of adjustment for the coach, because I'm more of a let's make par, and let's take a 72. And but their goals are different. I mean, they think about being under par, which I just have to get used to it.
You guys open this weekend with your own tournament at the Village, and then also medals, and then the next weekend you'll go to Bemidji. What are your goals? Are you looking for to get the top 5 right away? Or are you trying to get into it? Kind of gearing up more towards the end of the season.
Well, I've always taken the philosophy that we want to improve. I mean, let's get better as the year goes on, and every tournament. And obviously you can't always do that, but I think with this team being as young as we are, or there's going to be younger kids in the mix, that we're going to have to be patient because they're going to have, like I said, they're going to have some really good scores, and they're probably going to have some scores that are a little bit higher than I would like to see. But the potential of the team is probably better than last year's, simply because we've got some kids that are going to shoot some low numbers that we're not used to, and that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. I think this first weekend Manitoba's coming in, and they're as good as most Division I schools in the country. They beat St. John's, they beat St. Cloud, they beat all the Division II schools consistently. And last year we split with them. I think we were 2-2, and so he knows they've got some competition. He's bringing 3 teams. Valley City's coming, and then UND and North Dakota State, Jamestown. They all just pulled out here this last week. So it's going to be a small field, but with Manitoba being in it, I know it's going to be strong, and our kids are going to have to play well if they're going to win it. And next weekend is all Division II. We're the only Division III team that was invited. So it's all the Division II schools in Minnesota: Mankato, Bemidji, Crookston. Manitoba is actually going to be there, St. Cloud State. So that's going to be a real strong field. Northern State, that'll probably be the strongest field that we see. And the reason we're playing there is because of the town and country. The golf course is immaculate, and I think it's going to be a real test for our kids. We've got kids that are more geared to playing links courses, and this is going to be tree line tight, and so I did it on purpose. We were entered in the Augsburg Invitational, and that's on kind of a wide open golf course at Majestic Oaks, and not quite the golf course town and country is. So made the change because of the competition and the golf course, really, and because I think we need to kind of hone our drivers down a little bit, tone them down, and keep the ball in play, and that's kind of why I scheduled that. But 2 good tournaments to start with the competition, and we'll just see how our younger kids can respond. I'm going to take everybody and play the first 2 tournaments this weekend. We're going to take at least 10 players, so I get a chance to see all the freshman kids that I think have potential to play for us, and then a couple of our returning kids to see how their summers went, and if they worked on the things that we asked them to work on, and if they got better. So I'm excited. I think our potential is going to be really good. As far as scoring, extremely low. We just got to decide when we're going to do it at the right times, against the best team. So get the attention of the regional committee. So, but I'm excited. The kids are working hard, and we've got a lot of young kids that are really aggressive, which is not my nature as a golfer. So there's going to be some clashing of some wills at times, but I'm looking forward to it.
Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.